There we go. That's the sound of Acker Bilk and Stranger on the Shore. We got a little surprise for you, a little surprise for me, too. As a matter of fact, it just worked out at the last minute that I ran across Tia McGraff, who we played the song earlier. What was the name of it? What was the name of that song, Tia?
With Love.
With Love. There we go.
Yeah.
For a moment, I had one of those senior moments there. Anyhow, good morning. How are things? Is it snowing up there in Canada yet?
You know what? We had a little bit of snow this morning. We're on the north shore of Lake Erie, across from Erie, Pennsylvania, and we had just a little bit of dusting of snow. Our husky, Miko, absolutely loved it.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. And, of course, that reminds me of Jake, who has passed away, your former dog.
Oh,
Jake the...
my beloved Jake the road dog. I wrote my children's book about Jake, and we have our new podcast show, which is a spin-off of the book, and people can listen to the new episode on our website if they like at tiamcgraff.com.
So I do want to ask you a question about With Love. Did you record that up there or down in Nashville?
That's a good question. We recorded it. We wrote it and recorded it with Kevin Fisher from Los Angeles. And Tommy and I wrote the song with him during a writing session before the pandemic. We had been out in California and wrote 3 songs with Kevin. And at the time we came home, and Tommy and Kevin started working over the internet, producing it together. And then we kind of set it aside. We were on the road, busy and everything. And then, of course, the pandemic hits. And so during our isolation time, Tommy and I are digging through demo tapes, and we came across that one and another one called Go Your Own Way.
Oh, that's
and we just loved, the production. So Tommy and Kevin finished the production during the pandemic, and I, worked on my vocals some more, and we decided we loved it so much we put both of them on the new EP.
Well, that's it's a smash in my mind, anyhow. So
thank you.
Yeah. So are you doing? I know that touring these days is kind of difficult. Are you doing it? Do you have any dates coming up?
We are currently starting to book 2023. And it's really exciting. We took our time getting back out there. I have elderly parents, and Tommy and I just wanted to be safe and we also we were reading articles and from other artists who were getting back out there and how, like I say, tough sledding, up here in Canada, tough sledding, and it's hard now with inflation and the competition, and the venues have all changed. You don't know who's booking what venues anymore. So it's kind of starting from scratch. We just got back from Nashville and played the Bluebird Cafe and another venue that we love to play up in Bowling Green. And so it was great and inspiring. And so now we're starting to put 2023 together.
There's a venue down here that kind of caters to Americana and bluegrass and country music. It's called, what is it called? Oh, Bill's Pickin' Parlor. That's the name of it. I think.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. So I'll send you some information. Maybe you can get in touch with them and book a date right here in Columbia, or actually it's in West Columbia. So but it's still in the metropolitan area here. So
that would be great because we have friends in Savannah, Georgia, too, that have been wanting us to come back down there and play, and so we're looking at that for 2023 and all up the East Coast as well. We're getting so much great airplay, especially down the East Coast with this the song in particular that you just played, With Love, and so we're looking forward to getting out there and seeing our fans and friends again and playing live. Oh, the gift of live music, right?
Amen. Amen. Didn't you and Tommy try webcasting for a while?
We have a podcast show, and we do virtual concerts as well. And so we did those during the pandemic, and we had such a good time, Rick. We did something a little bit different. We did over Zoom, and most times, artists will just turn their cameras off, the fans' cameras and their microphones, but we left them on. Mm-hmm. And then at the end of the show, we let everyone kind of communicate like a meet and greet. And it was so much fun. We had friends on there from El Paso, Texas. We had friends from Newfoundland, Canada, from the UK, Australia. And everyone was talking and sharing their story of what they were going through in their different accents. And it was so much fun for everyone to hear all this, and it really brought home the idea that we're all just one big family, right?
That's
in
right.
This world.
Yeah. Well, you and Tommy are an example of that. He's an American from Colorado. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah, Colorado.
You're a Canadian.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So anyhow,
and here we are.
And by the way, talking about Tommy, I just wanted to make this clear to everybody. When you hear the guitars playing behind Tia on these songs, that's Tommy. That's her husband playing those. And of course, he does a lot of production for these songs as well.
Yeah, he's amazing, and we have our own studio. We're really lucky to have our own studio here that we do a lot of our work in. And he's still got his contacts with A session players in Nashville, and so if there's anyone out there, any singer-songwriters who are looking for production, we can do this over the internet now, and also Tommy's available to go down to Nashville as well and line up sessions.
So I guess the best way is Tia McGraff, and the best way to reach you is over Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook. You can find me on Facebook at Tia McGraff. I'm on Twitter at Tia McGraff. And if you go to our website, tiamcgraff.com, you can find all our socials. You can listen to our new podcast show, which is based on our trip that we just got back from Nashville. And you can find our merchandise, our books, our CDs for sale, our music, and just find out all about us. And please drop us a line, subscribe, and we can keep you in the loop when we're coming to South Carolina to play.
Sounds like a plan to me. And of course, one way you can connect up with Tia, Tia McGraff, is McGraff, by the way. And there's a link to her her Facebook page off of my Facebook page where I had a request for a song, and the fellow mentioned you, and I also mentioned when I was playing your song on the air here. So, thank you so much for taking a moment at a split moment here. This is a completely off the cuff thing here that we're doing here this morning, Tia. And if you hold on for a minute, please, and say hi to Tommy, and I'll be right back with you in just a moment, Tia.
Thank you so much, Rick, for the support. Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.